welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about starting over. If you've been watching my page, any of my previous videos, you know that I have had to recently start over. I had to move back in with my parents, and I've had, I lost a really good job that I really enjoyed, and having to start over, end up moving to different states to start over. And it's taught me a lot. This isn't the first time I've had to start over. So although it may seem scary and, very unstable, it's not the first time I've had to start over. I've started over so many times in my life where, when I say start over, I mean from square one, like starting all the way over back to the basics, like, having to move in with someone and then having to move out and having to figure it all out. Like, I've had to start over so many times, and it's taught me how to be resilient. It's taught me how to, it's really made me depend on myself more than anything, and make me realize what I'm capable of. Like, I know at the end of the day that I have me, and that says a lot. The thing about it is, when you only have you looking out for you, you're going to make something shake. And that's really the one thing that I have noticed about myself, is when my back is up against the wall, when, my livelihood is on the line, when I'm under that pressure, I get moving, okay? And that's sad to say, you gotta be, that I have to be in these circumstances for things to start happening. But it's just when you have so much going on for yourself, to where it's you've gotten yourself to a certain place in life, you don't want to lose everything all at once. You're gonna do some things to get you back to where you was at. So one of those things was me swallowing my pride to move back home with my parents, because when you've lived on your own for so long and you've done the things that you wanted to do, and you have your routines, you just kind of come and go as you please and don't have to answer to anybody, I love that. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, I loved it. I love my me time. I love coming home and just doing what I want to do, and just kind of just really embracing my lonelyhood. Even though, yes, I do get lonely, and it's, it gets boring after a while, but I loved it. Just being in peace, having peace and quiet, not having to come home to people hollering and screaming and just a bunch of stress when you get home. It's nice to just kick back, sleep as much as you want, walk around the house naked if you want. You don't have to worry about nobody being mad because you coming home at a certain time. It's really peaceful for me, and I like that. So when I have to change that, when I had to move back in and swallow my pride and ask my parents to move back in, it's like a sense of failure almost, because I've worked so hard to get to this place, and now I have to pretty much start all over again. And that's a hard pill to swallow when you've reached a certain age. So I just want to say, if you're having to start over, don't look at yourself as a failure. I definitely did see myself as a failure, but at the end of the day, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel bad about it. We all go through hard times, and sometimes you need that help. Sometimes you need to reset and go back to the drawing board and figure up a new plan, because sometimes the way we plan our lives and the things that we, the goals we set for ourselves, you can't predict everything that's going to go wrong on your journey. Like you can't predict that. So it's like sometimes you're going to have to go back to where you started and start over again and figure out a new course of action, because every day you learning something different. Every day is a journey. Every day you running into new issues, you coming up against different obstacles and different stuff that just happens. And and then also too, like, I look at it as, this stuff is happening for a reason. It's not just coincidence. Like, some of it, yes, is my own doing, just because of the decisions I've made. Like, of course, me being irresponsible and not doing what I need to do has landed me here with my parents, and having to lose out on a really good job and all that stuff. Like, those are based on my choices. But at the same time, it's also like, okay, well, what other opportunities do I have that are going to come to me from this situation that I'm in? Like, I could look at it as something negative and beat myself up so bad about what I've done and how things have happened. But I also have to look at the situation like, okay, what could possibly come from this? Like, what could I learn from this? How is this opportunity? How can this help me, going forward? Like, now I'm in a bigger city. There's more job opportunities where I am versus where I was before. Like, good enough, like, true enough, yes, the job I had was really good, but I'm here in a bigger city in Texas where there's jobs that pay way more than what that job was paying me. So it's like, there are other opportunities here that I could go after. And so it's like, I can't sit here and just dwell on the past all the time, but just knowing that sometimes you have to start over. Sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes you have to just reset and think about what's your next move, what's the best move for you to make at that certain time, because you really don't know until you get out there and try. Like, you ain't gonna know what works and what doesn't work until you get out there and you start moving and shaking. So it's like, you just have to make the best of whatever you're dealt. Really, that's really what it's all about. Like, you just have to make the best of whatever situation that you're in and that you're being faced with. So I just want to come on here and just really give some words of encouragement to anybody that is, going through some issues, because this economy we're in is very weird and very unstable right now. So I know a lot of people is going through it just like I am. Like, and then a lot of people are being laid off from their jobs because these businesses are tanking right now. Like, business is tanking and they're losing money because the economy is terrible right now. So some people are having to figure it out. Some people are having to make adjustments and figure, go back to the drawing board and restructure they finances and all that stuff. So I just want to be an encouragement for anybody. Like, look, just because you have to start over, that doesn't mean that life is over, or that you so far behind, or you're the only one out there trying to figure it out. Like, we all trying to figure it out. And yes, I know a lot of people look at me like, oh, you don't have kids, you ain't got no husband, like, why are you struggling? But at the end of the day, these businesses are not paying people like that. Like, they're not really paying you enough to just live off of one income. And then on top of that, housing, like apartment complexes, like, just for rent alone, most places that rent, you're going to pay $1,200 plus for a 1-bedroom. And that's even somewhere in the hood. Like, even rough neighborhoods, they want you to pay $1,200 plus for a 1-bedroom. So it's like, you can't even really afford a decent place that's reasonable. And then like, they making it really hard. And I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything. Like, I get it, that's just how life is, that's just the system that we live in. But everybody going through it, we all struggle. And I just want to be an encouragement to anybody that's out here struggling too. Like, just keep pushing. Like, keep doing what you need to do. Keep, do what you need to do. Don't give up. You know, we all out here working hard to make ends meet. You ain't the only one. And so I just want to let y'all know that, because I've had to, like I said, I've had to start over so many times, and I mean from nothing. Like, even before I didn't even have a car at one point. So it's like I've had to really like build myself. I had to go back to school. I figured out, like, dang, okay, I got to go back to school, because the job I want, the money I want to make, I can't, they not picking people that don't have this type of degree. Like, nowadays they want you to have a bachelor's, a master's, just for them to pay you $20 an hour. And so it's like, you just got to you just got to kind of adjust to whatever is going on in the economy. You just got to make adjustments. It sucks. I hate change, but that's what you got to do to survive. Like, and a lot of us, we in survival mode at this moment. Like, a lot of us is in survival mode. So, you just got to do what you got to do. So like I said, if that means going back to school, if that means finding a trade, I mean, I've even considered going back to school again, just to build something else. Like, see what else kind of job I can get. Like, if I need to, because sometimes at this point, it's like some of us need to work 2-3 jobs just to have just to live a comfortable life that you want to live. I'm not saying that I'm trying to get rich or be like the richest person in the world, but like, you want to live a comfortable life where you're not stressed about money. And that's kind of what I'm trying to work towards. Like, I don't want to be stressed about money. I don't want to be stressed about how I'm gonna pay this bill. Oh my goodness, what, and I definitely don't want to be living with my parents forever, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I can't stand living with my parents. Like, a lot of people, like, it could be a blessing, yes, because I get to save my money, but I'd rather pay bills and have a peace of mind. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'd rather have a peace of mind and pay bills and be broke every paycheck, because I'm paying all my bills, but I can go to a house that's very friendly, that's quiet and peaceful. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that there. But yeah, so I don't know, y'all keep your head up. We gonna get through it. Okay, it's tough times right now, but we gonna get through it. Y'all have a blessed day.